Cursing Nettie got paid. My man got paid. You hear me? $11.6 million a year. My man got paid. You know, it's interesting. When I saw it, the first thing that I thought is all the conversations of people arguing on the show in reference to, Blake, universities don't have money. Bruh, so stupid. So stupid. You really think that these universities and schools don't have money? Legitimately. You think they don't have money? Because they do. Now, I do find it interesting that Curt Cignetti's buyout, if he were to leave Indiana voluntarily, is only $15 million per on three. That's neither here nor there. It's not like we're looking for a coach, at least not right now. I mean, all you would walk away from Brian Kelly today. I mean, look at all of my mentions. But nevertheless, Curt Cignetti got paid. Midway through the show yesterday, I literally came out here and stated the following. This coaching carousel thing's about to get interesting. People are about to get super paid. Don't fall for the extensions. Please go to yesterday's live show for that exact quote. Let me give you a little inside baseball knowledge here for just those of you who don't work in the industry. I didn't know this. As an example, before I started in quote-unquote media, all of us pretty much have the same agent. Now, I say all of us. I don't have one, and that's on purpose. But there's going to be a day where I probably will have to, especially when things continue on Rufino and Joe show. But that's neither here nor there either. And let me tell you something about agents, because I have been approached multiple times to go apart and be a part of agency firms. And most of these agency firms also represent, you guessed it, coaches. In some of those agency firms, those guys are big talkers, bigger than me. Blake, there's no bigger talker than you in the world. Yeah, there is. Curt Cignetti got paid. And this weekend's about to be insane. It's going to be insane. Looks like Florida doesn't care that they want to move on from Billy Napier this weekend. Hang on to your butts, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got to say. Nevertheless, we're live. Everybody do us a favor and hit the like and share. Share to all those groups if you're on Facebook and to all those social media pages. You're watching us, listening to us on YouTube. Like, subscribe, notification bell, wherever you listen to podcasts. Rate, review, and subscribe. Every AYS show is brought to you by our good friends over at FanDuel. Go over to FanDuel.com today. Download the Sportsbook app. If you have the discretionary income, you can download that app. Go over there and place those bets. LSU now looks like might be around a 2.5, 3-point underdog going into Nashville. You can go and place that bet if you'd like. But every AYS sports show is brought to you by our good friends at FanDuel, and we are greatly, greatly honored to have FanDuel a partner of AYS Sports. And with that being said, any thoughts, questions, concerns, whenever you're over at FanDuel, they'll be more than glad to answer those questions. You can go to FanDuel.com/RG for more details. But on Saturday, you know that your boy will be placing those bets, and the only place to place those bets is with our good friends over at FanDuel. Cody became a member on the YouTube channel. We're probably about 10 to 15 away, and we'll start doing some members-only content. So if you haven't done so already, you can become a member on the YouTube channel, and we'll do some members-only content. We'll take a day or two and field some questions and talk about some things. But, Cody, thank you nevertheless. Thank you so much for becoming a part of the YouTube channel. Team Keys says on YouTube, is Rufino's Steak yours or your people's restaurant? Not anymore, no. They had some buy-in in the very beginning, but no, not anymore. I have no affiliation to that. But, I mean, listen. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave it alone. But the Rufino name has been big because of the restaurant, but the Rufinos have been here longer than since the 1800s. 1897, I think, was the year that they came in. Then my great-grandfather, I think 1907. Then my grandmother, 1917, I think it was. So, yeah, been here quite a while. Penn Jones says, knock the cocky attitude out of them like last year. Yep, Vanderbilt's got a cocky attitude. They are, they've been very mouthy. And listen, don't say anything. Just go handle business. Just go handle business. That's all that you can do, man. That's all that you can do at this current moment in time. So we'll see. It's all up to LSU at this point. Colin became a member on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Colin. We greatly appreciate it. So now like 14 to go. So we just need 14 more of you, and we'll start doing some members-only content. But Cody and thank you, Cody and Colin, thank you so much for doing that. Cleo, the Tiger, with a 7-1 from the 7-1-19, says 719 is in the house. Good to have you in here with us. And I saw someone else say that as well. Redwood says the 517 Heartland, Michigan. Stand up and stand out. Good to have you both in here. Yes, where is everybody watching from tonight? Put it inside the chat. We had someone literally last night, or maybe, no, it was like 3:40 this morning on the live show, comment on YouTube that they were watching from New Zealand. New Zealand, bruh. New Zealand. It's always crazy to me. Now we got some members flying in here like crazy. Team Keys became a member on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you, along with Nolan Strange. Thank you, Nolan. Nolan's been a long-time listener of the show, along with Penn Jones. Thank you, guys. And Gerald Rhodes. Look at all you guys becoming members of the YouTube channel. All right, well, I gave you a challenge, and you didn't even balk at it. You didn't even balk at it. Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for becoming members. So to Cody, Colin, Team Keys, Nolan Strange, Penn Jones, Gerald Rhodes, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. This has been, without a doubt, guys, the biggest year that we've had so far for AYS. It's not remotely close. So look, I'll just tell you a little personal thing here. Shout out last year, as some of you know, for a physical goal, meaning I wanted to lose over 100 pounds. Your brother was big. Did that, great. Set out a goal to grow AYS to a certain number, and number that we hit every month, and number that we will hit at the end of the year. We've already surpassed that number from a viewership standpoint. Can't believe it. It's all you, man. Y'all allow me to do this. I am forever grateful. Forever grateful. Gerald Rhodes did become Redwood, who is in Michigan. Just became a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, good sir. Bra337. Dude, this is insane. This is insane. Bra337 became a new member. King M became a member on the YouTube channel. Dude, this is a little... After the day I've had, this is a little overwhelming. Thank you guys so much. Crix became a member on the YouTube channel. I'm just going to call you Nick. Nick's in there. We're just going to call you Nick. Nick 9. Nick 9 became a member on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And so did Adam Contreras. Thank you, Adam. I do greatly appreciate it. I cannot tell you guys enough how much that means. Gib became a member on the YouTube channel. Now, Gib, I don't know if this is the same one from Twitter, but Gib, I think we answered your question earlier today when we went over with our good friends over at Service Hawk. It's at the end of the segment. If it's the same Gib, thank you for becoming a member, and we did answer your question today in the show. Rob Boudreaux became a member as well. Guys, okay, basically you're saying do members-only content. Okay. Sounds good. We'll do it. What do you want us to talk about first? Members only inside the YouTube channel. What do you want us to talk about first? We'll do it next week. We'll do it next week. How about that? Thank you so much. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people have become members tonight. How about that? How about that? I literally said 15, and then there y'all are. By the way, it makes your we can see your comments when you become members on YouTube too. So it was the minimal amount that we could do it. So I'm glad that y'all are joining. Thank you so much for joining. Donovan on YouTube says, sends a $5 super chat, says, listening from the beautiful North Georgia mountains. Don't tell my wife. She's been wanting to go up there during a vacation. But she says, BK and Nuss are going to prove everyone wrong and win big this weekend. Tigers by 14. You know what's interesting? Number one, my wife wants to go to North Georgia. We went to Tennessee not too long ago. She wants to go to North Georgia. I think there's like a waterfall or water or whatever, something she told me she wants to go to. So we got to do that. I do hope that BK and Garrett prove people wrong this week. I think that there's a couple of things to point at this. Number one, it would make the vibes feel that much better. And I think the vibe has been down. You know, like, I think the vibe would have been so sky high if Nuts would have come out of the bye week and his team would have come out of the bye week and they would have blown South Carolina out, right? Like, if they would have just completely blown them out, it would have been sky high. But because of the turnovers and because you didn't score more than 20 points, it's not that. The people still feel that way about you, and I understand it. Can you prove everybody wrong? I mean, listen, for me, and Donovan, this is just me, okay? I am in the place for me. And listen, this does not mean that I cannot be wrong. I can clearly be wrong. At some point, you're going to have to show me. Do I think that they could score over 20 points? Yes. Do I think it could come this week? Yes. Are you going to have to show me a couple of things and keys to victory that you got to do tonight to win? Yeah, you do. I mean, guys, you're halfway through the season here. You are definitely halfway through the season here. There are just some things that you're going to have to show, right? Like, do I think that the run game got better last week? 1,000%. Do I think that there are avenues that you're still missing on that you should be hitting on right now? Yes. Can you do it? Is the big question. And I think that you can do it. You know, it's like, you know, I use this, I guess, to the extent of going through my life. It's like me telling my son about riding a bike. Hey, man, you don't need that training wheel. Daddy, I need. No, you don't. No, you don't. And then Daddy rips it off. And then I push him, and then like, let's go. Then he's like, well, just leave one on. Then, you know, we take the other one off. You know, it's those kinds of things. You got to take the training wheels off, man. You got to go for it. Can they do it? Yes. Will they do it will be the big question. Dane Bergeron says, Blake, I'm down. And looking, he's got the hunting gear on with his dog, his hunting dog. He still hasn't taken me duck hunting. This is some bull crap, y'all. This is some bull crap. Dane, I'm waiting. I'm waiting, Dane. We got to go, man. He says, Blake, I'm down 40 pounds. I am down to my dating weight heading to Nashville tomorrow. Well, I'm glad you're heading down to Nashville. I'm glad you lost the weight. Man, take care of your health, man. I got way too big. I got comfortable. I got fat. And so, like, now I'm about to hit the 150 mark, which is insane to me. It's insane. I feel greater. I sleep greater. You know, pre-diabetic all the way back then. Now I'm not. Just doctors told me some bad shit, and I was like, well, man, I'm not going out that way. I'm not going to go out that way. So take care of your health, man. Hey, listen, this is my personal opinion. Stay away from refined stuff. Stay away from processed stuff. Don't eat them Cheez-Its. Eat a banana. Eat an apple. I mean, guys, I didn't eat today other than I had 2 hamburger patties and I just had a sirloin steak. That's what I ate today. Went and hit the gym. Bro 337 says we'll always be watching from the 313 or 808 Hawaii. Stand up and stand proud. We got to go to Hawaii too, bro 337. We do. All right, Jesse O'Neill, Rick, Victor, Sherry, Barry's in the building. Good to have you, Sherry, and Robert. So to Jesse, Rick, Vic, Sherry, and Robert, thank you all so much for becoming members of the YouTube channel. What do you want us to talk about first, guys? It's up to you. It is up to you. Ray Jones also just became a member, or Roy Jones, excuse me, Roy, I apologize for that. But Roy Jones also became a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. What do you want us to talk about first? What do you want us to talk about first? Nick says on YouTube, if we didn't fumble twice at the goal line and Hilton didn't have the drops, well, he had the one drop. Drops are killing me. Yeah, I mean, listen, but then even, Nick, you get to a point where, like, even going outside the pocket, the next play, like, Nuss can't make that throw to pick it off. Two bad things can't come right. And I agree with you. You can't fumble. I mean, you just can't do it, man. But to your point, you can't do that. You just cannot do that. You cannot do it. All right, one more, then we're going to get rolling here. Thank you all. Literally, I mean this. Thank you all so much for becoming members on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Our linebackers keep getting hurt, or why do our linebackers keep getting hurt is Nolan Strange? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. It's a great question. It stinks. Rick says, does LSU hold Vandy below their offensive scoring average Saturday? I say yes. Under 45 or under 42 and a half, yeah. They're not scoring 42 on you. There's no way. They're not scoring 40. And bad things would have to happen. A lot of really bad things would have to happen. All right, last one. Pump says you got to stay away from the liquor. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't drink anymore. I used to drink a lot. Way too much. Don't do it anymore. Have you an edible gummy or something. But no, not. I stay away from alcohol. The only time that I drink at this current moment is when me and my wife go out to eat. I'll have a bourbon, but that's about it. I'll limit myself to one. No, I don't drink like that anymore. All right, let's get moving here. Everybody do us a favor. Hit the like and share. Share to all those groups. Share to all those pages. We greatly appreciate you joining us tonight. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. We greatly appreciate that. And hit the notification bell. Again, every AYS Sports Show is brought to you by our good friends and partners over at FanDuel. We greatly appreciate FanDuel for being partners with us in this journey. Let me get to a quick break. We got to get to Keys to Victory. We do that next. Stay with us.
He will sell your house and find you a new. Well, Tyler's the man. He's here for you. If you want to buy or sell, well, it's not too late. Dial 955-0008. Just call 955-0008. Y'all call Tyler. He'll shoot you straight.
Hey, guys, I want to tell you about our good friends over at Red Stick Financial. They're your local residential mortgage broker located right here in the heart of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. At Red Stick Financial, they find the bank that works for your particular set of needs to purchase the home of your dreams or refinance the current one. They truly are your partners in this process, and they pride themselves in helping individuals and families with one simple goal in mind, and that is to make home financing approachable, attainable, and stress-free. They are licensed in all Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi. So from Amarillo to Meridian and everything in between, they have you covered. Red Stick Financial brings you creative, customized solutions, and they don't believe in the one-size-fits-all when it comes to loans. They even have special options for mobile and manufactured homes located in a flood zone and stated income financing for those of us who are self-employed borrowers. If you or someone you know is looking to buy a home, refinance an existing mortgage, or simply want to know what options are out there for your future, give Red Stick Financial a call today at 225-407-9250. That's 225-407-9250. Or check them out online at redstickfinancial.com. That's redstickfinancial.com. Before you purchase the home of your dreams or you go and do that refinance, you need to go local. Go Red Stick. We're back. All right, let's get moving here. Thank you. Thank you again, guys, for becoming members of the YouTube channel. I greatly do appreciate it. All right, Keys to Victory. So it is Thursday. You know what that means. Every single Thursday, we do our Keys to Victory. Last time that you and I will talk, before the game kicks off at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time in Nashville. Let's talk about what I think LSU's got to do to win this thing. I had a request last week, and we'll start with this, to split it up. Do offense and defense about what you think. So moving forward, a couple of you requested it, so we'll do that. Let's start off with the offensive side of the football. Number one, you got to protect Garrett. I do think that Garrett is very good in moments and times when he doesn't have pressure around him. I do think you have gotten a lot better at protecting him, but it's not just the offensive line that's got to protect him. His play caller's got to protect him too, along with his head coach. Well, Blake, what in the hell do you mean by that? You got to give him quick, easy decisions. Quick, easy, right in his face decisions. Guys, these next 2 weeks, you cannot afford to make bad decisions. I know that we talk about this a lot, but the number one thing of why you will lose this game, it's not a thought, it's not an opinion. I mean, well, Blake, you're talking about an opinion. It could be an opinion, but it's really not. I don't think that if you continue to turn the football over, that you will have the success that you want. Garrett is really good when he has to make 1-2 decisions and getting out of there. You got to put him in those situations again. Guys, the question had been, is the injury affecting the situations offensively? Where I do think it did affect things offensively. I just don't think it ever, and I've said this, ever affected him as a decision maker. It should have made him a better decision maker. The bottom line truth in all of this is simple. You got to protect the football this week. It is more paramount this week to protect the football than in weeks past. Let me explain. If you give the ball over to Diego Pavia, Tim Beck in this offense, along with Eli Stowers, I fear that you're not going to get the ball enough to be able to get enough points and the points that I think that you need to win this game. The last 3 weeks, as we've talked about, Vandy is number 1 in the SEC in time of possession. They're number 2 in the country on third down, and number 1 in the SEC offensively on third down. We'll talk about that in a little bit more detail when we talk about the defense. I'm worried as hell that if you give them more possessions that they don't need to have, that they just run the clock so much on you and win the time of possession, and it feels like that you go into Nashville and they suffocate you because you can't get the football back. I don't know the status of Whit Weeks. I'm going to give you my opinion on what I think of the matter. But I say that to say, while you're down some defensive starters, Bernard Gooden's probably not going to go, and I really don't know the health status. I really don't know if Whit Weeks is going to go. If you're going to just ask me my opinion, I feel like that this Vandy team, based off of what they do, can suffocate you. They do not care if they run the football for 3 yards. They don't care. That is their game. That is their goal. Then they're going to line it up and do it again. Then they're going to line up and do it again. And then they're going to line up and do it again. They don't care. They will go 3 yards in a cloud of dust on you. And you got to be fundamentally sound. The thing about this, though, offensively, you can't give a team that their main goal is to squeeze you and suffocate you by holding on to the football, and where you don't have the chances to go back out there and get more points. You can't do that. Look, last week, you were able to get away with it because the defense was able to limit Lenore Sellers. They were able to get this team off the field on third down. You were able to get more possessions than what you needed to be able to win that game. Guys, I go to that game from the other night, and I say to myself, okay, well, LSU had 13 offensive possessions. 13. This could be limited to maybe 10. Maybe, if you let them play their game. That is not the place that you need to be at all. So Yes, is it bad to just throw turnovers and throw interceptions in general? Yes. What worries me to death, and I mean this, what worries me to death is not if right now, but kind of when you have the interception that they squeeze you and they suffocate you. The bottom line truth is, when are you going to just be a better decision maker? Listen, Garrett has got to take the criticism that he's gotten over the last couple of weeks, but the criticism that he's getting right now about these turnovers. Now, I was a big proponent of them last year and got a lot of criticism for it. He's got to wear this. Until he can fix those issues, he's going to have to wear it. He's got to be better there. Are you prepared for every scenario? Now, right now, there's not a lot of things that Vanderbilt does that you should not be ready for defensively. They are very multiple in what they do. However, they will run the same shit over and over and over and over and over again defensively. What have we seen from them in the last 3 weeks? They will run cover 2. They will run man. They will do zone blitzes. Most of the same, where they're sending interior pressure and they're going to kick somebody out on the wide side of the field. They'll play quarters. And then they'll do some exotic stuff and then play a cover 3. That is what they've done. There's not been more. Have they run other things? Yes. Is their base stuff on a five-finger scenario of what they're most likely going to run? Yes. Do they change that up against you? Maybe. And if they do change that up against you, hypothetically speaking, you got to be prepared for it. Do not force the ball into bad situations. Don't throw the ball into triple and double coverage unless your receivers got somebody beat. You can't do it this week because Vandy will suffocate you, man. They will hold on to the football and not give it back to you. That is their game plan. It's what made them tied at halftime with Alabama. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because they will suffocate you and try to run you out of that building. You can't give them those opportunities. Another thing offensively is I think that you got to continue to be multiple in the run game. You can't just keep running inside and outside zone. I thought that you caught South Carolina off guard last week with running counters, powers, split zone, zone reads, RPOs. They didn't know that they were just like, damn, I didn't think that they'd run this. And you got over on them. This run game has got to continue to progress. But look what happens when you're multiple. If you're asking me, I haven't really pushed this all week, but I'm going to bring it up now. I think Alex Atkins had a big hand in what happened this past Saturday. Actually, I'm not thinking. Alex Atkins had a big hand in what happened this past Saturday along with Brian Kelly. I do think that they'll continue to be involved. I think they'll continue to help Joe Sloan in the run game as he progresses as a play caller here, and you got to lean on him. This team is fundamentally sound, and it's going to be very interesting to see how you're able to run the football. Listen, Vandy doesn't have first-round dudes all over the place, but, man, if they have shown they'll be fundamentally sound against Bama, against Virginia Tech, against other teams. I even think that Garrett is going to have to run the football again this week. Because I look at the Virginia Tech game, I look at Ty Simpson, I look at the games and the teams that they've played. Brother, they have been fundamentally sound, but when you hit them with something that they're not expecting, and Ty Simpson scrambles, Kyron Drones scrambles, and you're able to get the yards that those guys got in critical situations, you got to run. But if Ty Simpson can run on 3rd and 7+ twice and pick up first downs, Garrett Nussmeier can. The run game, I feel a lot, and in my mind, I feel like a lot of your offensive success hinges on the fact that your run game's got to get going. Guys, there's no doubt, no doubt at all for me that the reason you were so much better offensively last week was because you ran the football more effectively. I don't think that that's a hot take at all because Garrett didn't light it up for 300+. He had games where he threw for 2 touchdowns. He had 2 picks too. So it's not as if that this passing game was something that was really elite. Trades Green was elite. Your pass game wasn't elite. So can you and will you continue to be multiple? I think that they will. And I got to be real with you. There are some things I hear around the building. I think this offensive line after last week gained a little bit of confidence. I hope that they play with that confidence and they continue to progress. If you run the ball the way that you ran the ball last week against South Carolina, you're going to win. They're fundamentally sound, though, man. They're a really disciplined football team. They're going to be where they need to be. There's nothing that they're going to throw at you that you shouldn't know. Accomplish what you need to accomplish, and you'll be fine there. Nuss and Sloan have to attack the boundary. Number 3. Guys, they're bad there. I don't know how else to put it. The only way that I know how to put this for your offense to have success, there is absolutely no way in blue hell that you have watched every snap and every game of Vanderbilt and could say to yourself that they are not weak along the boundary at corner. There's no way. Especially when you look at the explosiveness that you do. Not that, man, maybe we do, maybe we don't. No, that you do have, that you can get that out there on the boundary. I don't think this needs to be a Xavier Thomas game. I don't. I think you need to get Barryon, Nick, and Chris Hilton the football. A lot of you aren't going to like that. It doesn't bode. This isn't a bode well game for him. They need to get some speed out there, that guys that are faster than him. I'm telling you, you better attack the boundary. When they give cushion, you got to hit the stuff underneath, and they probably will give you cushion after what happened. If they're going to run man and go in man coverage against guys like Ryan Williams multiple times, if they're going to go cover 2 against Ryan Williams and Horton multiple times, and they don't change it up, they're going to do the same stuff to you. They are. Guys, I saw a Virginia Tech team and a quarterback that is not a better thrower than Garrett Nussmeier and Kyron Drones attack the boundary and continuously have success. Want to know why Virginia Tech lost that game? Let's call it what it is. They stopped running Kyron Drones, and he stopped throwing the ball to the boundary. And I got to be real with you, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Go watch the game. There's just no way that you have watched them. In case you hadn't. Let's pull up an analytic here. Vanderbilt is 14th in the SEC in giving up yards in the boundary. 14th. Do I need to say more? Do I have to say more? You have not attacked the boundary from your passing game all year. You haven't. You better find a way this week. That is their biggest weakness. It's not in the middle of their defense. It isn't. Find ways, whether it's Trades Green, Barryon Brown, Xavier Thomas, Nick Anderson, Chris Hilton, Kyle Parker. You could throw Santa Claus's ass out there for all I care. I don't care. You have got to attack the boundary. Whether that is slants, hitches, out routes, comebacks, go routes, whether that's deep posts, whether that's sluggos, I name the route. I just do not care. They can't beat you there. I got to be real with you. If it were me, the first play that I am running, barring formation of what they give you, the first play that I am running on Saturday at 11 a.m. is I am throwing a quick slant. I am going trips right, and I am throwing a quick slant to the far left boundary receiver, and that is going to be Barryon Brown. Bottom line, 3 plays later, I am going to run a sluggo with Barryon Brown, especially if they're in man coverage, and I'm going to say, keep up with him. Keep up with him. Brian Kelly said that he wants to put an emphasis on getting Barryon Brown the football. Well, this is a damn good week to do it. Guys, I think that Brian Kelly has brought up Barryon Brown this week at least 4 times in all of his press conferences this week, mainly due to the fact it is inevitable. You must attack that boundary. If they don't, then they have failed you. Again, I say this with all due respect, and I mean it, all due respect. There's no way that you've watched this Vanderbilt team, none, and say that boundary, that those boundary corners have not shown to be their biggest defensive weakness. There's no way. Guys, they're getting lost. Hear me and hear me now. They are getting lost in man coverage. I have no idea how that happens, but they are. 2 weeks ago, Ryan Williams ran an out route. The DB ran the other direction. When he faked in, he went out. He kept running like Ryan Williams was running an in route. He was wide ass open. I mean, I cannot emphasize, and it's not like it was a insanely ridiculous route. He just ran 9 yards. He and hit an out route. And I'm like, dude, this guy got shook worse than a protein shake that your grandmammy drinks. I mean, what are those not propels? What do you call them? I don't even know what you call them. But you know, they come in little white and red bottles. You know what I'm talking about. The boosts. Boosts. That man got shaken up worse than a Boost protein shake. Attack the boundary. Number 4, third down. You have been abysmal on third down. Let's talk about it. LSU offensively on third down is 58th in the country. Well, Blake, you said they've been abysmal. Take out Southeastern. Guys, you're 15th in the SEC against P4 opponents on third down. You must find ways to convert on third down. You need to play a little bit of their ball. You need to take the ball away from them. Guys, I am terrified of these 3 and outs. I am terrified every time we get in a third down situation. I am. I am scared of the decision making. I am scared that you can't run the football. And quite frankly, I don't know. The numbers bear out that you've been average. You haven't been. I do hope that they're early in the game, that you're managing things a little bit early. Hey, man, let's just get a couple of first downs. Let's get a 4-yard run. Let's get a 4-yard run or 3-yard run. Let's get the 3rd and 2nd and throw a quick pass and get a first down. Let's play a little bit of their game. Guys, I don't trust this on third downs, whether it's from a play calling standpoint, from a Garrett Nussmeier execution standpoint, or a run game standpoint. I just don't have any faith in you right now. The numbers will bear this out at the end of the year unless things get fixed. You have not been good against P4 opponents there. When you're unable to sustain drives, it's mainly due to the fact that you're making bad play calling or bad quarterback decisions. I don't know how to fix it. I try to come out here and give solutions. That's all that I come out here and try to do. This is what I see. These are the solutions I think that they can overcome. Right now, it ain't happening. Right now, it's just not happening. So, bottom line, I have no solution. Do I think that last week on third down, Joe Sloan called a damn good game? Yeah, I do. I do. I think last week Joe Sloan did an incredible job. I think that he had a quarterback that didn't execute it correctly. And he didn't know how to execute it. So I don't know. I get in some third and mediums and pray to God that you execute this week. You can't give them the football, man. Now, offensively, and this has nothing to do with offense. You can't be scared to punt the football. Grant Chadwick has been fantastic. You got to live to fight another down. So I talk about third down and you converting it. That's all fine and dandy. Don't be scared to take a sack and punt the football away for 55 yards because that kid's sitting around 53 to 55 yards per average over the last couple of weeks. Punt the goddamn football away. Put them into bad situations. Let this kid continue to do what he's doing. Stop pressing so much, and good things might actually happen. Do the right things instead of trying to overcome. Don't play with swagger. Play with the confidence because of the preparation that you had. I don't have any faith in you on third down, so I don't know. I think you got to be better there. I don't know what to do. I think Sloan has done good. I don't know. We'll see, because I think they tried a lot of different things. Last but not least, in the run game, Nuss has got to run the football this week. I've seen way too many quarterbacks over the last couple of weeks against Vandy that, guys, quite honestly, aren't the most athletic and fleet of foot. Again, if Ty Simpson can run for first downs, so can Garrett. If Ty Simpson can get a little bit shifty on some of these guys, so can you. I thought the best thing, and I mean this, outside of the throw to Chris that fell incomplete, and I still think that that's a positive for Garrett, I think the best thing that Garrett did was run last week. Personally. At some point, teams are going to respect that he will actually tuck the football and run. They'll respect it. It will take some of that pressure off of him. Defensive linemen are not going to do some of the things that they've been doing when you get mobile. They won't. I think about last week, and I think about this. Dylan Stewart, in a play last week, did not keep contained, and Nuss rolled right and had a really good throw to Caden Durham. Nuss moved the pocket. Well, Blake, Weston Davis gave up a pass rush. No, if a guy rushes that far inside, wash him down exactly like Weston Davis did, and your quarterback's got to move. He's got to move. Sorry, it's the truth. I think when Brian Kelly talks about Weston Davis did good in pass pro, he's talking about that Stewart did not respect Weston, and there were some good things that he did, and Garrett got on the move, and there were some conversions. Keep running the football, big fella. Things will open up. Guys, safeties and linebackers will get out of coverage when they think that they will take a second guess of what they do and the depth that they get in the passing game if they know that you will run. I'll never forget this. Jaden said this 2-3 years ago, whatever it was now. They asked him about why he thought that teams were not able to take away the middle of the field on him, and why safeties didn't get over on the slot fades that they ran, the amount of times that they ran them on. And he goes, well, I think that they're hesitating because when I go outside the pocket or I move up in the pocket, they think I'm running and they take a step down and I throw the football. Same effect, not the same kind of effect, but the same principle applies here. Nuss has got to get them feet moving, man. Start running that football and you'll be all right. He'll be all right. Let's move to the defense. All right. First and foremost, I do not believe that Bernard Gooden's playing. I think that that's pretty much well known. And I'm going to give you an opinion. This is not anything that I've heard. This is an opinion based off of Brian Kelly's press conference today, based off of him being on the report. I don't know if Whit Weeks is going to go. Now, today, the media corps went to talk to Brian Kelly, and Whit Weeks was spotted in a walking boot, and he had a buzz cut. I love the buzz cut. Brian Kelly said today that Whit Weeks is a game-time decision. Guys, that means he's not ready to go right now. Brian Kelly stated, and I quote, "Well, we still have 48 hours to see how this thing goes." Okay? 48 hours to see how what thing goes. Because for me, when you say it's 48 hours to see how it goes, the way that I hear that is, all right, so right now, if you had to go today, he ain't going. So is there a chance he could go by Saturday at 11 a.m.? Maybe so. I don't feel confident about it. So if you do have Whit Weeks, he ain't going to be 100%. And I think that you're still, regardless, going to have to rotate him in and out of there with Donovan Keys or Tylen Singleton, whoever you want to put in there. Regardless, Donovan Keys and Walter Mathis, with Gooden and Weeks potentially out, have got to be big. Keys gives me confidence because of what he did against Florida. I still think Florida's a very physical football team, guys. They're still running the ball for 5.5, 5.6 yards per carry. It's because Billy Napier is a dummy of why they're not running the football. With their offensive line and their running back, they should be running the football with him 25 times a game, and they're not. He's gotten too cute. He's going to get fired because of it. Walter Mathis, the freshman, Don McKinley, Jacoby and Guillory, Ahmad Bro, Walter Mathis. They have got to be fundamentally sound. I feel confident based off the play that we've gotten from Jacoby and Guillory. Don McKinley, what's up? What up? Big fella, you got to make your mark. It's a hell of a week to do it. Walter Mathis, listen, young fella. It's time now, brother. It's time now. You halfway through a season. More than anything, I don't know if I really worry about the interior of the defensive line. I think they've done a good job. I do worry about Donovan Keys and his reads. He's got to be lockstep this week. Now, here's what I will tell you. This is sourced. Whit Weeks does not practice all week. Not like that. I think they try to do some things. He's not ready to go. They have prepped Keys all week, and he's got to be ready to go, man. With that being said, Harold Perkins has got to be big here too, because he's going to have to help navigate and make some big plays and be who Harold Perkins is. He does. Guys, by the way, with that being said, I fully expect him to attack Harold Perkins. 1,000%. They're going to go after number 7. Blake, that's idiot. If they're going after him. I didn't say it was smart. They're going to go after number 7. They're going to try to attack this linebacking core. They're going to go right after Donovan Keys and Harold Perkins. They are. I'm telling you they are. Got to be big this week. This linebacking core has got to make the right reads, and they got to make the right decisions, and they got to play tough and physical. Whit has been the anchor of that defense, and I think Donovan Keys can do it. I think Harold Perkins can do it, clearly. I don't, at this exact moment, unless something magically changes and Jesus puts his hands on Whit Weeks' ankle, I don't have confidence that he goes. I can be completely wrong. But based off of what I heard from Brian Kelly today, it does not give me a lot of confidence. So, next man up. Guys, this happens every year, though, man. Injuries are just going to happen. Next man's got to be up and got to step up. And, man, it's going to be a big week. Going to be a big week for that unit. Your coordinator's one of the highest paid, and that's his room. You didn't go out in the portal and get a linebacker. You thought you had the depth. We're about to find out if you did. Donovan Keys' Florida appearance gives me a lot of confidence he can get it done. The boundary receivers for Vandy cannot beat you. They can't. I'm manning up, and I'm saying, please try to beat Mansour Delane. Please try to beat P.J. Woodland and DJ Pickett. Can you go man coverage all game? No. Should you go at it 85 to 90% of the time this week? Yes. They can't beat you. They cannot beat you. Will they do some things when you play off coverage? Will they try to get some quick passes on you? Yes. This boundary wide receiver room is not going to beat you. You got to stack that box, man. I mean, I'm going free high. I am walking A.J. Halsey down in that box, and I am going man-to-man coverage and saying, Pavia, you're going to have to beat us multiple times through the air. There's no other way that LSU defensively should lose at any given point this week and not be in man coverage through the air. I mean, being man coverage with a free high safety. One safety back there. Walk everybody down. Make Pavia beat you with his arm. If they want to take shots, they hit a long shot on you last year. Sounds good. You kept doing the same things last year, and it wound up prevailing for you. Let's see if it does this year. But they're not going to consistently beat you. Put them in man, walk them down in the box, walk your safeties down, walk Halsey down in the box, and let's go get after their ass. I do wonder if they try to spread you out. It's not really their game plan completely, but I think they know that that's what you're going to do because you have the DBs to do it and to go man-to-man coverage, and they have 2 weeks of game planning for you. I do wonder if they're going to spread you out more than maybe that I am anticipating. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. If it were me, I'd spread them out. I don't know if they will or not. Walk everybody down, get as many people close or around the box as possible, and go take it to their ass. Go take it to their ass. I think you're going to have success when doing that because their boundary wide receivers do not scare me at all. I don't think they're good at all. Contain Diego Pavia. We've talked about it all week. You know what you got to do there. I'm not going to spend a hell of a lot of time on it. Make him one-dimensional. Guys, if you're slowing down Diego Pavia running the football and they're having to catch up to you at any given point because they got to throw the football, you're going to smack that ass. I don't like him. I think he's good for what Vandy needs. He's not a good quarterback. He's not. He's good for what they do. He is not a good quarterback. You make that man one-dimensional, and he's going to have issues. You make him throw the football, he will have issues. He's the great value version of Johnny Manziel. He's not good, man. If by happenstance, Diego Pavia is able to find a way to beat you with his arm, then so be it. I don't think he's good at throwing the football around. I don't. Make him one-dimensional, and you'll have success. We talked about this too. Bracket Eli Stowers, man. I every time that he gets in trouble, Pavia gets in trouble, he's looking for Eli Stowers. I'm not letting Eli Stowers go off. I'm making anybody else not named Alexander and Stowers beat me. Quite simply. I am making everybody else beat me besides Stowers from a skill position, Stowers and Alexander. If they do, by all means, tip of the cap, good for you. You got us. Ain't no way. Take them away. We've talked a lot about that this week, but I am not letting those two guys get going here. Third down. I think this is one of the more challenging games for Blake Baker as an outright play caller. I think it's a challenge. Not maybe the biggest I think Ole Miss was, but it's a challenge because this team is so good on third down, y'all. They find a way. They have experience. The way that schematically they do things, they'll get in third and short, and then they'll just run the ball on you. They'll get to 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, and they're just going to run the ball. Then they'll line up in 4th down and do it again. You got to find a way. I think that you have the advantage of just being able to man up on the outside and put everybody at the line of scrimmage and say, just beat us. And if they do, guys, they do. But it's what you got to do this week. No more critical than third down. Vandy is the number 2 team in the country on third down, converting over 50% of their third down plays and situations. You got to find a way to take it away. I don't know what Blake Baker fully does. I think Harold Perkins is the key to spine and getting after Diego Pavia and getting them into third and longs. They try to run the ball on first down and they get 1 to 2 yards. Great. That's a success. Force them into third and longs and make Pavia throw the ball on you, and he's not going to win them the game. Last but not least, I am throwing the ball I am throwing the ball all over him. I am blitzing his ass all night. If he breaks contain, by God, so what? I will live with it and fight another day. This dude will panic in the pocket. You know, when you ever play dodgeball? Let me tell you what Diego Pavia reminds me of. You ever play dodgeball and you ever watch somebody play dodgeball and you see, like, there's only one player on a team and there's only one guy that you got to get out, or one girl you only got to get out for one team, and how they're just moving all around and they're panicked and they're trying, you know. That's what Diego Pavia reminds me of when he's in the pocket and you start getting after him. He doesn't care. He panics. He will not sit in that pocket and throw it. He will panic. There have been times that he has and he's gotten hurt and he doesn't like doing it. I'm going after him all night and I'm making his life a living hell. I think if you do all of these things, you're going to win. I pray to God that you can win from more than 10 points. I pray to God you can score more than 20 points. I pray to God that you can hold them and limit them. I think that you can. So many people are picking against you this week, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I think the fate of your program under Brian Kelly is in the balance this week. The fate of where this program wants to go, the legacy of how this thing has been built is on the line this week. How do you respond to it? I think if you do all these things we talked about in Keys to Victory, you're going to win it. I'm not going to go by 14, though. I'm not going to go by 14. But what I will tell you is over at FanDuel, LSU, and I checked it this morning, it's kind of been going back and forth for a 2.5, 3-point favorite. If you think LSU is going to win, go take the points. Go take the money line. Where you need to do that was with our good friends over at FanDuel. Use the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. You can go place those bets over there. If you think LSU is going to win, you want the 2 points, go take it. 2.5, 3 points, go take it. Go place that bet over at FanDuel. They are a proud sponsor of us here at AYS Sports, and every show is brought to you by our good friends over at AYS, or over at FanDuel. Every show is brought to you by our good friends over at FanDuel. Let me get to a quick break. We finish out with your thoughts, questions, concerns next. Stay with us. Guys, let me tell you about our good friends over at Grand Slam Heating and Air, where your comfort is their top priority. At Grand Slam Heating and Air, they promise to provide customers with high-quality HVAC service at an affordable price while ensuring the homeowner peace of mind. From their office to your home, they guarantee the best hassle-free experience around. Efficiency and comfort is their game. Let them make your home Grand Slam today. At Grand Slam Heating and Air, they're offering their annual maintenance plan starting off at $18.75 a month and also doing those $99 tune-up promotion. They provide free estimates for system and ductwork replacement, as well as offering financing to get the job done with no money up front. From Baton Rouge to Hammond to Covington, they're all around. So what you need to do today, give them a call at 225-380-9065. That's 225-380-9065. Or go over to their website, getgrandslamair.com. That's getgrandslamair.com, where your comfort is their top. Hey, Southwest Louisiana, are you ready to gear up for your next outdoor adventure or tackle that next big job on the farm? Then head on over to Henderson Tractors, Boats, and Power Sports. At Henderson and Lake Charles, they've got everything you need under one massive 30,000 square foot indoor showroom. Kubota tractors and mowers to power through the toughest tasks. Polaris off-road bikes and side-by-sides to conquer any trail, and tracker boats with brands like Ranger, Nitro, Sun Tracker, and Regency pontoons for a day out on the water. Whether you're a farmer or a hunter or just someone who loves the great outdoors, Henderson has what you need to get the job done and have fun while doing it. Browse their new and used inventory over at their website, hendersonimplement.com. That's hendersonimplement.com. Or give them a call today at 337-436-4366. That's 337-436-4366. Or go see them over in Lake Charles on the corner of East McNee Street and Highway 14. Remember, if you need a tractor, go to Henderson. Need a boat, go to Henderson. Or if you need an ATV or side-by-side, you know where to go. Henderson. Just let them know that your good friend Blake Ruffino over at AYS sent you on by.
We're back!
You need a quarterback for the 2026 class in high school recruiting, and Penn State's quarterback just decommitted. Just throwing it out there. Ben Bergeron became a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Ben. I do greatly appreciate you doing that, along with Joseph. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 of you have become a member tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So to Joseph, I greatly appreciate you doing that. We are going to have to do some members-only content. That's all that means here. Team Keys, who became a member tonight, says if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. That's what I feel like Diego Pavia is, man. He's like, y'all all know what I'm talking about. When somebody plays dodgeball and there's one person left, and everybody's trying to throw the ball at him to get him out, he's always panicking, falling on the ground, jumping up, doing splits and shit. You know exactly what I'm talking about. He panics. He completely panics. He panics worse than Garrett, bro. Probably shouldn't have gone that. But it's true. So yes, Team Keys. He panics. If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. I don't know if you could dodge Harold Perkins, though. That's the truth. Gibb, who became a member of the YouTube channel tonight, you have the best pressure rate without blitzing. You might not need to. That's a good point. You might not have to. You might not have to. The problem in not blitzing him this week, Gibb, that I would say is you're getting after the quarterback, but he can create lanes on you. You're right. You very well may not have to. 77% of the time that you don't blitz, you're getting after the quarterback and pressuring. You're not getting them down. I want him down. You might not have to, though, that you're right. And if you don't have to, then great. But I just don't think that. I think you can actually get to him and create shorter fields, because I don't think he can throw the football because you're going to have really good coverage. So what I mean is, like, if you got man coverage and you got really good man coverage, which I think you're going to have, and you get to him, you can force those shorter fields, and Garrett doesn't have to go as far. But you're right, though. So it is a double-edged sword. You might not have to. And if you don't have to, then, oh, shit, you're cooking with grease. You're cooking with grease. That boudin's already cooked. You very well may be right here. Very, very well may be right. All right, last one. We're getting out of here. Bingo says if he takes the hits that Sellers did last week, Pavia won't make it all game. He'll go out with an injury. I don't wish an injury on anybody. But what I would say is, he doesn't like getting hit sometimes. Dane says, Blake, Ben Bergeron is my son. He lives in Georgia. Ben, we got to talk. Your daddy ain't taking me ain't taking me duck hunting. Ben, I need you to take me duck hunting. But Dane, I do think it's funny. Both of us have a son named Ben. That's how you know that we're smart men. That's how you know, Dane. Right there. That's it. That's how you know. I appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all humbly. Thank y'all so much for becoming members on the YouTube channel. We'll start doing some members-only content starting next week. You got my word. Till then, we'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a great night. Peace.